and Lisa, mainly Lisa and Ken Lain. So we kind of a partner team that we have been running a family garden center together for, I was thinking about this for 20 years now. You and I have been here. Now we've owned 100% of it. We're trying, wait a minute, for 30 years, for 30 years, we've been working at a garden center. We've owned it 100%. So your parents retired in 2002. So March of 2002, that'll be 20 years this spring, next month. So, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a reporter. I said, working together, it's either the greatest blessing ever or the worst curse, depending on how you get along at home and at work, because we're never away from each other. We're always, and then stresses of, just working together. There's work, and then there's family, and then there's just all the other stuff. Kind of adds to the pressure that I digress, huh?
Usually.
Stay in your lane. That's the only, if you work together, no matter what you do, if you a new married couple, just find out what your partner's strength is, and then give them full trust and just stay out of their way, and then talk about it later. So just as patience, it's stay in your lane.
So now we're marriage counselors, as well as travel guides and garden.
All it costs you is one pink petunia, and then you're all set.
We can help you.
We can help. We've been married for 35 years on July 25th.
Boy,
it's coming up, honey.
That's crazy.
There we go.
It's been good.
This year we are going. So it's my turn to pick. We go we switch off every other year. You get to pick, I get to pick. We're going to Israel. I got to choose. Yes. So some friends are going to Israel. I said, hey, can we go with you? And he said yes. And then so we're going in June to go see the Holy Lands, which is kind of it's a bucket list thing. So it's very exciting. We get to go on archaeological digs and go see the wall, the whole thing.
The wall. Oh, the Wailing Wall.
There you go.
I was thinking the Great Wall of China. I'm like, no, they're not.
The wrong continent. Yeah, the wrong continent.
Hey, like you said, some days are long and you.
So anyway, this is about you. And so you're doing gardening stuff. So what kind of garden advice can we impart to the listeners, the viewers, that will make their lives better this spring?
Sure. So
no pressure.
No pressure. So the trucks have been arriving. I've been talking about the trucks are coming, and now I can say the trucks have been here. Yeah. So we've unloaded three big trucks.
I've already stopped counting. All I know is a big truck came in, 2 of them this week.
Yeah.
And the whole crew is so excited. So they leave the sales floor, no customer help whatsoever, because they want to go see. It's like Christmas. They want to go see what's new coming in the trucks.
Right.
So it's kind of, they're excited. We're excited. Going, listen, someone's got to go answer the phone, do something.
Right. So we have been getting a lot of fun stuff in, and this time of year we get a lot of our spring blooming stuff in. So we have gotten Forsythias, which I think every yard needs a Forsythia, because it screams spring.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things to bloom out there in the yard. Beautiful yellow, just covered in yellow blossoms. It's also very deer resistant, animal resistant for those of you in the urban interface areas. And it just screams spring is here. And we all need that in our lives. We all need to see that spring is coming.
I think so true. It is one of the first, but I noticed, have you been to our side yard?
Yeah.
Where that winter blooming jasmine is in full bloom, bright yellow. It has a Forsythia flower.
Right.
It's in bloom. With this cold, it's in bloom. It just loves the cold, so it's in bloom.
It's beautiful. But you shouldn't tell people about it because you can't find it anywhere anymore.
We'll eventually find a place. It's hard to find. So,
it is. It's a great plant, but nobody grows it.
If you see a yellow flower blooming right now, that is winter blooming jasmine. And it was probably from Waters Gardens, and we used to grow it. And now that we stopped, we're now contract growing, and I can't find someone to grow it anyway. It's complicated. So eventually we'll have it again, but it looks just like a Forsythia, but a month early.
Right. So stays a little shorter too. Yeah. But anyways, Forsythias, everyone needs to have one. And after the yellow blossoms are gone, nice dark green leaves, looks pretty out in the yard. So definitely need one of those. And a lilac. Lilacs grow so well here. And I think we had maybe 6 different varieties come in. We had the white one, which is what we have in our yard, angel white, I think it's called.
Super fragrant. Oh,
Very
yeah.
fragrant.
More fragrant than the blue one, I think.
Yes, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There is trying to think of Sensation
Pocahontas,
Lilac,
Sensation, yeah.
Pocahontas, Old
Lavender Lady,
Glory.
Old Glory.
A lot of different colors.
Repeat. What's the repeat one?
Bloomerang.
We got some bloomerangs in, yeah, too.
We did get some bloomerangs in. So definitely lilacs just do really well here. Full sun, animal resistant as well, and actually very drought hardy.
Oh,
Wouldn't
yeah.
you say?
You got roots that
Once
go
they're
down to
established.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and they come in, most of them will probably get 6 to 8 feet tall and
Yeah.
wide. There's a few shorter, Miss Kim, the dwarf Korean lilac. So there's some smaller ones, plus the bloomerang.
Bloomerang
If
is
you have a
shorter. I think
smaller,
that's more like hip high.
Yeah.
So we use that white lavender, the white one that you
Mhm.
mentioned. We use it to shade my office downstairs on the west side. Needed
Mhm.
some shade to it, so I get some solar sun in the winter, and then it's leaves
Yeah.
out, and then gets us the shade in the summer.
Mhm.
But that fragrance is unbelievable. I let it go, and it's maybe just above head height. Maybe it's 7, 8 feet.
It's at least
Like
7 because I couldn't
yeah.
reach the top blooms to trim them out because I love to trim them, bring them in the
Yeah,
house, and,
right.
and I couldn't reach them. So
Yeah.
definitely gets bigger.
I'll prune it when it's done blooming. I'll prune it back hard so next year you can reach the blossoms better. I'll
It's
have less
okay.
shade
It's
in my
okay.
office.
There's plenty of blossoms. I can trim the lower
Oh, there you
ones,
go.
and it's all good. We also got rhododendrons
Oh,
in.
that's good, yeah.
So if you have a good spot for a rhodie, which is kind of more of a shaded spot for those rhododendrons out in the yard, we got some beautiful ones. Dark purple blossoms, dark red blossoms, dark pink blossoms.
So
Just
dark blossoms. That's what I've heard.
so far. But and rhodies actually they're that spring kind of, well, they're late spring.
Mid to late spring, early summers when they bloom. So they bloom for a couple months, month and a half, 2 months. Then they're just this beautiful evergreen shrub. They're just a beautiful evergreen.
Yeah. That's the nice
that
thing
blooms
about
in
them.
spring mainly. And then animals just will not eat. So this is where we use it up in the forest, that wildland interface. You've got a herd of elk and deer and antelope coming through your yard. They're not going to bother rhododendrons. Right. They need some shade. So those folks from California, they're looking. They would love rhododendrons. So the Midwest, East Coast folks, they know what they are. The West Coast don't so much. They're more familiar with hydrangeas and stuff. But the rhodies do better as long as they don't get more than maybe 6 hours of shade of sun. They get shorter. So morning sun, afternoon sun. They just thrive here.
Definitely. We also got some lily of the valley shrub, also known as pieris. Really pretty. That one's evergreen too.
It is, yeah. It's fully budded. It's amazing. Yeah. It's not in bloom, but it wants to. It right there.
It has beautiful little white to pink blossoms that just dangle off of the stems. Very, very pretty. It's another one that probably would like a little more of that protection from the afternoon sun, I would say. But just really pretty out there in the yard.
Evergreen perennials. I mean, come on. A perennial that gets knee-high. It's evergreen. Fragrant flowers, almost more fragrant than a lilac or some of these others. Just really fills the air up. It looks really good in a container where you can raise it up, where you can smell it even more so. At the front door with some covered overhang or the back patio. It blooms a long bloom cycle, 2-3 months it blooms. It's a crazy long bloom cycle.
And a lot of them have beautiful, so a lot of them, the new growth will come out like a red color, and then they also get a really nice fall color. So it's a good multi-season type of plant to have out there.
Every garden should have a pieris, lily of the valley, rhododendron, if you got shade. Lilacs for sure every year. You could find a sunny spot.
Yeah.
What else do you mean? Forsythia. And there's a whole bunch of barberries. There's all kinds of stuff is coming in. We're fully stocked for spring here at Waters Garden Center. Come check it out with Lisa and the crew. If I'm out there, I'll help you too. But Ken and Lisa Lain and the Mountain Gardeners be back after these important messages.